Hey, what's up guys? Joe here and welcome to 365 Web X. So today I'll be showing you guys why I am leaving OBS, which is this one here, to Prism Live Studio, aka Prism. Now, this is OBS, and if you can see my what's it called? My Prism. This is it right here. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so now it is difficult to actually tell you why I am leaving, but it is not quite difficult as you would thought. Okay, so as you can see, this is my this is Prism Live Studio, and yeah, here you have OBS, and here, let me show you. Here you have Prism Live Studio. So Prism, I must confess that Prism is just a copy of OBS that have been taken and redefined and fine-tuned to look better and to have more features. Yes. So let me show you. Now, to install Prism, we are going to go to Prism Live Studio. Just type in your browser Prism Live Studio, and here you have it. You also have it on the mobile. So click here, and here you go. Yes, live broadcasting made easy. Okay, so here is their website. Good looking, clean, and you can see that even their website is actually very clean, and unlike OBS, you know, that website is very clean. Now let me show you before we go into this into the website itself. Let me show you how this works. So here you have a button you just hover here and you click on the Windows version to download it. The Mac version is coming soon. They are working on it. And then you have what is called a Prism lens. I'm going to show you what this is made of and what it is used for. You can see the Mac version is also coming soon. So you go ahead, click on it, download it. I've already done that, and install it. Okay, it's very easy, lightweight, just like OBS. Okay, so now here you have the interface. So you have easy controls for the best stream. I'm gonna go into the software very soon to show you what you stand to get, what you get out of this platform. So you see multi-stream. Of course, even in OBS, you do multi-stream, but these guys just made, the UI is more like straight to the point, and it's better for me. I prefer the UI for the multi-stream UI for this, and of course, it displays, it gives you as you can see here, it displays for Facebook, it displays how many followers, how many likes you have. I think this has to do with a number of, it could be, I think, number of people watching or something like that. So stream to live platforms simultaneously. Now you can the maximum multi-streams you can have is 6. Let's say Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and all of that. But you can't do more than 6, and you have maximum resolution is 4K, which is fantastic. Of course, you can do chroma key, record monitor, and do all of, bunch of things in there, just like you would do with OBS. But I think, like I said, this is redefined. You have, Giphy sticker there. You have, lots. You of course, you add lots. I think in OBS, you add lots as well. So you have multiple sources and effects to make use of, which I'm going to show you. And then you have stability, stable streaming, no worries. Like I said, it's lightweight. So meaning it use minimum resources from your, computer or systems. You have all of these stay camera ready with facial effects. You have all of these, effects there. Live chat are the most important feature of this all. You have, you can, display your live chat. You can know, you don't need to go to facebook.com and all other social media to know what is going on. Right there in Prism, you can, chat and, engage with your audience. Okay, so let's jump straight into the software. So like I said, it's easy to download. Okay, I advise that you download both of these. Okay, this is not the streaming software itself. I'm going to show you. It's almost like a plugin, and I'm going to show you how to make use of it. Download the 2 of it, install them, and you're good to go. So if you're using if you are the mobile, guy, of course, just click there. You have for Google Play and App Store. Okay, this is for iPhone and for Android. Okay, and it's very easy. As you can see, you have the same features. Okay. It's a fantastic software. Okay, so like I said, it's OBS. These guys took OBS and copied the UI and everything, and then redefined it, fine-tuned it, and redefined it for ease of use. And what baffles me the most is that this software is just as light as OBS, unlike the big boys, Vmix and the other guys, so Wirecast and all of that. So here, let me show you what you have in the the interface, the UI. So once you launch the software, here you have it. As you can see, unlike OBS, where you have the menu displaying on top, okay, after the title bar right here, you have a collapse menu instead. As you can see, that is beautiful. I love it. To save space, okay. OBS, it's not bad, but I prefer this because maybe it's because I'm a website guy, so I like to have manage space as much as possible. So here you have all your menu. The first thing you have there is settings, and when you hover over this, you can see you can click on settings. So you can see this window pops up. This here under general is where you actually connect your account. So you can see here that I've actually logged into my YouTube channel, 365 WebX, and here you can hide. You can see here you have the language. You click here to hide Prism window from screen capture. Okay, so what this happens is that it hides the window if you're doing a screen capture, but we are not going to check this. And then output, here you can automatically record when streaming. So if you click on this, you don't need to click on the record button here when you're streaming. Okay, and then you can see here down here it says keep recording when streaming stops. Of course it keeps recording. That means the window will Prism will continue recording your screen when you stop, even when you stop streaming. Automatically start replay buffer when streaming. Keep replay buffer active when stream stops. If you it depends on your preference. If you want that, you can check that. And source alignment snapping. So this is enabled. I'm going to show you what this means. So for example, if I come here, I'm going to show you what that means, what snapping is. I know you know what it means, but of course, I'm going to show you. So you can see here is 10.0. So if I click here, to add, I don't want to add, but I just want to keep it at this. Snap sources to edge of screen. You can see this is snapped. It's snapped. Okay. And then snap sources to horizontal and vertical center. No, if I click this, it's going to, if I, let me just click that, okay? So now here, projector, so hide cursor, cursor over projector. For example, let me show you what this means, okay? Let me click apply and then click OK and show you. So as you can see, this, for example, this is snapped. You can see, if I bring it here, you can see it's snapping. It's snapped. When it gets here, it snaps. Can you see that? That is what snapping means. Can you see that? It snaps. So, but I'm going to just stretch this out. To fill the window. Something like this. And something like this. You can see it snaps. Okay. So maybe I have it here. Okay. So what I wanted to show you is, I wanted to project. So let me right click on this, project to this screen. Okay. So let me project this, let me project this here. No. Okay, so yeah, it has worked. So as you can see, let me bring that window so that you can see. Come here. As you can see, I've projected this window right here. As you can see, this is another window. I've actually projected this. Of course, you can do this with OBS. This is no big deal. Okay, so that is what projection means. Okay, and you do that on the Windows. Under settings. As you can see, so you can say, okay, hide cursor under projection. So, but we are not hiding our cursor. Okay, so we are not hiding our cursor. That is why you can see, if I take my cursor to the projected window, you can see it right there. See, you see, it's the cursor is there. So we can say hide cursor and once we click apply, if I take my cursor, okay, I think I have to click OK for that to work. So yeah, if you don't want to display your cursor, then you can do that. Make projectors always on top. That is, if you want to. I mean, all of this is what you can do with in OBS. Limit one full screen projector per screen. Okay, then system tray enabled. So what it means is that if I come down to displays, what this means is that you have Prism in your system tray. You know what system tray is, or you can minimize to system tray when started. Always minimize to system tray instead of task bar. So what that means is that, for example, you have it. Let me show you what that means. So, so what that means is that when your Prism is hidden under the task bar instead of in your system tray instead of your task bar. So it's actually saving space, your task bar space there. And then you see preview here, it hide overflow always visible if you want to show that, and then show overflow even when source is invisible. Draw safe areas, which uses the EBU R95. Now show pixels alignment, guides. It has to do with, what I just showed you when I was showing you this is the preview. Okay, here is the preview. Okay, this is the preview window. Let me show you that. So what we are looking at here, this is a preview window, and then here is your program window. Okay, know the difference, just like OBS. Okay, then you have multi layout. You have multi-view. So now here you click to switch between scenes. You show scene names, just like what we have here. So you see, scene 1 is the image there, and then the scene 2. You can see our scenes here. You can create multiple scenes just like you would do in OBS. I know you use OBS, so I don't actually need to buttress so much on this. Like I said, it's just the UI that have changed and a couple of things that have been added to to what you have as compared to what you have on the OBS. So of course here you have horizontal top 8 scenes, there. It depends on how you want to display your scenes. Okay, then display method, you have real-time screen. Okay, this scenes list. You can see we have one scene here, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4. Okay, then studio mode. Okay, here it is on studio mode. So you have transition. Here is our transition button. Of course, in OBS, it's somewhere in the middle, between the middle. Enable portrait and vertical layout. No, we don't want that. Transition to scene when double click. We don't want to do that. We just want to click here and boom, it goes. Okay. Just want to click this arrow here and, we go. Okay. We don't want to double click, and that is not so professional. And then, output. Here you have your outputs, and then here you have the service. You can see, you click here, it shows you all the service. Output mode simple is simple. Streaming, you have, of course, just like OBS, you know, like now look at what happens. It uses the same almost the same settings. Not almost, it uses the same settings as OBS. So it uses 2500 kilobytes per second bitrate, and then it uses the audio uses 160. Then the encoder uses software X26 4, just like OBS. Then you have encoder preset. You have very fast default medium CPU usage, standard quality. You can click here to change super fast, ultra fast, and this uses low CPU usage and lower quality, but it produces lower quality. You leave it on default and you'll be fine. Okay, and then you can enable custom encoder settings, which is under the which displays the advanced. But I like to leave it the way it is. Recording, I save my recording under, you can see the directory which I'm saving my recordings. I have a folder under this D drive or drive D named OBS, and that is where all my recordings are going to. And then you have recording quality. You can check this to generate file name without space. I don't like to do that. Recording quality, same as stream. Recording format, MKV, always do MKV. Okay. Custom, Moxa settings. I like to leave this as it is. Then audio, here you have all your audio settings. You can see I'm using Zoom H5. And, just like OBS, you have this, but like these guys, I love this UI better than what you have with OBS, honestly. Okay. I love everything about this type of UI. Then you have the video settings here. You have hotkeys. You can set all your hotkeys. OBS has this, but of course the UI for this is better. Then accessibility. You can see this. Come on, man. Color preset. You have it on default there. You can use different colors. You see here, I have all of these. So let me just check that. And then you have all of these colors. So you can select a color here, but I like to leave it on default. Okay. And then, then advanced. Under advanced here, generate priority. I like to leave it on normal. Video renderer, you see, you're using, the color format, color space. I like to leave every settings here as it is. You can see you can set your stream delay if you want. You can enable that. Duration, automatically reconnect is. Make sure this is enabled. Okay, 2 seconds. So it is 2 seconds here. Maximum retrieves 25. Leave it at that. Leave everything as it is. Now, that is all about the settings. Click apply and boom, we go. Then when you click here again, you see help. You can click, to learn about them. Open source license. You read about the open source license. I've done all of that. Okay. You can go to Prism website. You can go to their FAQ and their blog. their Discord. This is a new feature that they just added. You can contact, they click here to contact them, and then you see OBS FAQ portal. I told you. It's just OBS copied and redefined. Okay. So yeah. Then when you go to scene collections, you have new export. You can export your scenes and you can import scenes. Okay. Now scene collection management, you can click here. We don't you can delete. Once you click, you can delete scenes there. You can import scenes and all of that. You don't want to do that. Then you have edit source. Yeah, so undo property change on GMB. You can see our monitor here. So that is our source. And then you can copy, you can redo, or, of course, copy, paste, paste to duplicate, copy filters. You can copy filters even in this. So you paste filters, transform. You can transform your scenes the way you want and do a bunch of things there. Then under view, you have reset UI. If you want to, maybe you have messed the UI out, for some reason you want to reset your settings, you can, click here to reset it to the default. And then you can see full screen. You see source toolbar, and you have source icons. Stats, we don't have stats yet. You can see it's saying no stats. Okay, because we are not streaming yet. I'm going to show you how to stream. Okay. Okay, sorry. Then view, here you have studio mode. This is studio mode already, like I said. Okay, and when you click multi-view, you see window, full screen. We are using, this is monitor, we are using our monitors there. So for example, let me show you something. You can actually have maybe okay, let me let that go. Oops. So you have multi-view. So you have multi-view there. So then oops. And then you have always on top. Then you have docs. Okay, docs. You have, I think in OBS is the fourth. The fourth on the menu. Then here you have lock docs. So you can click here to lock your docs. You can see the stats is showing here. But let me disable stats. You can see that it's gone. Yeah, so docs, we can lock our docs, right? So nothing is moving. You can see nothing is moving. Nothing is moving. You can move this, but for this, yeah, so you can lock your docs. Then you can also reset your docs. You can use custom browser docs. Then you have your scenes, you have your sources, you have your audio mixer, you have your chart. Boom. Here you go. This is your chart. All right. So, but if I take this out and I click here and I say docs, click, you can see what this means is this. Scenes, this is your scene. then boom, sources. Here are your sources. Okay, scene sources. Okay, docs. Audio. Here is your audio mixer. Then charts. Let's enable the chart. You can see it's not checked. If I click on that, it's here. So that it actually just rearrange the audio Docker and fix that in there. So you have your chart there. I like to leave that because I don't really work with this so I like to leave the charts here. Then okay, that is it about the doc. Okay, the docs. Then profile, where I'm going to come back to that. Tools, here you have automatic scene switcher. If I click this, and I can actually, you see here it says, when no Windows matches, don't switch. Then here you can say, okay, click here and to switch to whatever, if you have many scenes there. Let's leave it at that. I like to leave it at that. He said, check active window title every time, every 300 milliseconds. And scene switcher is inactive. So you can, set or add, and you rename it, and then you click on start, and then it becomes active and you start. But I don't advise that you use automatic, except if you want that to use this feature. I don't use automatic scene switcher, so I like to cancel that. Okay. Then output timer. So if I come to output timer, so you can see stop streaming after. You can set the time, the time that your stream starts, and then especially if you're setting up a feature event, okay, you can set the timer. So for example, you can set the hours, the minutes, the seconds that your event starts, and you enable streaming time every time. Okay, timer every time. Then you can set the stop recording as well. So, okay, so you can set the time, the recording timer as well. So you can just set that, and why you just relax and wait for your stream. Okay, I love this. Of course, some of these things you can do in OBS, like I said before. Also, and then the script, you have scripts here. You can see, you can load tons of scripts. You can see Python settings there. I love this. Don't you think so? Yeah, you agree with me that OBS has scripts as well. Don't mind me. They have these very settings as well. So, but of course, the UI for this, you would agree with me that it's better. So, for example, in OBS you have for example, if I click here, here you have it on top, okay, but in OBS you have it somewhere here. You have all of these buttons down here for OBS, and this they maintained. I mean, they actually try to minimize the way this the window displays. In OBS is kind of wider. Why here they actually try to manage space, and then here, that is it. And then virtual camera, you have start virtual camera, and then you have configure virtual camera. So you can configure your virtual camera here. You have the output type and then the output selection. Okay, we're not doing virtual camera for now. It's just settings that's there, just like OBS. And then Prism Lab. Here you have you see rotate message, remote message. Here the remote message, actually you can see that it's disabled. We can enable that. Now installation is required to use that lab feature. So you click here to install it. Yeah, it has installed. And then so the different devices can exchange chats with each other in the same network environment. Several staff members can communicate in real time in one chat room and also watch the audience chat in real time. So if you have a big production, this is, and you have a big team working with you, and even if you don't, this is a very good listen. But basically, if you click here, let me put this window here. You can see, you can just take, scan the QR code to access the chat page. And yeah, so for example, let me try this, okay? Or better still, copy this link. Let me open a new window, or let me paste this here. So you can see that here you have somebody, you have it, and you can have somebody, you see local messages, live assistant, confirm. So you can have somebody monitoring or replying to comments and, monitoring your, messages. Okay. So this is fantastic. I love it. So you can click. Okay. Yeah. So see, I can say hello. And I will say send. And so if I go to my browser, you can see my PC saying hello, and here you can see I'm in real time. This is using, you can use network. This is from Prism Live, and then the local network. Hello, especially if you're using, like I said, this is very handful when you're using doing huge production on different computers. I can say SUP. Okay. So if I go back, you can see that the assistant has replied. Okay. I said hello, and the assistant says SUP. So yeah, that is how this works. I love it. You can't go wrong with this. Okay. Yeah, let me just close that. So here, okay. So, and then here you have log out. You can see that I've logged in to my YouTube channel. You can see it there, and I'll click here. And if I want, I click here, I can go to YouTube straight, and I can disconnect. Okay. Yeah. So you see my channel name is there, and if I click here, my channel settings, I can add a new channel. You see, that is how to add a channel. I can add Facebook now. can see these. So this is how you connect all your accounts. This is how you actually add your account or connect your account in Prism. Like I said, it's easier than what you have, in OBS. So I can come here and say nice. Okay. Yeah, I've logged in. Now watch what is going on here. Watch. Yeah. So yeah, that is me. So now Prism Live Studio is requesting to post content to your timeline on your behalf and have outgoing access to content it posts. Who can see this Prism Live Studio post to your timeline? My friends, click here. Choose what you allow, post content into groups on your behalf. Well, yes. So watch is adding. It has added my channel, my Facebook channel. So I can actually come down here and say page. Okay, you can see public as a page, and then I'll say 365 WebEx. I can select 365 WebEx and I can say Prism Studio. Live Studio. Sorry, Prism Live Studio. Okay, so sorry, my audio, the battery in my mic went, should I say died? Whatever. So down here under the chart, you can see that I have the YouTube. If I click on YouTube, I can see the chart. Coming from YouTube, I can click on Facebook and I can see all the charts that are coming from Facebook. Okay. Well, now let's go to our right. Of course, you have your settings, your properties here. Here are your settings. Then you have the filters. Okay, you can add a filter. Let's say we can add, let's add an odd video filter. Let's say a lot. Maybe we can say lot 1. Oops. I can say lot 1 and browse my lot. maybe this one and add it. Can you see that? Right? So yeah, that is it. Then we can add audio. Just like in OBS, you can actually add a VST, plugin and control. Control the way your audio sound, just like what you can hear coming from my settings. If I go to audio, you see all the settings. You can see I have all of these plugins here. You can see I have all of these plugins here, controlling my audio. So that is why you can see it's sounding crispy. Of course, I've turned this off. My monitor audio, I've turned it off. Okay, and then you have, just like OBS, you have a bunch of these. It's just the UI that changed. Like for example, you don't have this button, turn on monitoring. You don't have this direct in OBS. You don't have this. Okay, you can turn it on and turn it off. Turn it on. You can hear that. Turn it off. You don't have it in OBS. And then these settings as well, you don't have them in this thing. Everything is just different. Why wouldn't you want to switch to Prism Live Studio? Come join us. Then you can see interact. You see? So interacting with Firefox. See? You just click there and it pops up that window. So here, for example, you can see even the scenes has previews. Okay. Then by the right hand side, you have your icon. Of course, we have logged in. That is why you can see right there. You can click here. And it assesses the settings that you have. So if you don't want to come down here to access your settings, you just click here, this logo here, and it pulls out this window. Okay. Then here you have your studio mode. If I click here, you can see what is going on. So here, turn on the studio mode, and you're good to go. And the live chat, if I click, it's turned off. Okay, all the settings we turned on, they are the one lined out, lined on here. So almost like a shortcut. Okay, so if I turn this on, it's back. You can see it down here. Your chat, if I click here, at least. Okay, this has to do, this is a notice. Okay, this is not a chat, this is a notice. So see what they're saying. At least 4914, that is 5.7% of frames dropped due to a drop in rendering performance. The stream may lag if the problem persists. Check if other programs are using system resources. Delete unused sources or lower the frame rate and resolution. Right. Thank you for that. Here you can start virtual camera. Okay. We don't want to do that. Turn that off. I'm going to show you. Okay. So here you see Prism lens. Like I said, download. You don't have this icon if you do not download. Let me bring it back. bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. If you do not download and install, go back. If you do not download and install the Prism lens here, like as you can see here, you're not going to have this icon. So if I click on this icon, watch. So if I bring this in here, you can see what you can do with this. So here you have lens, Prism lens 1, Prism lens 2, Prism lens 3, and here you have the screenshot. You can take a screenshot. If you click down here, there's a drop down. Then you have the camera device property. So let's see. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, so here you have Prism lens 1, there Prism lens 2. I can choose, you see, please scan the QR code in the connect menu of the Prism mobile app. So if you have the Prism mobile app, you can scan this code to add almost like a camera. Then here also, okay, so let's keep this. But if you have many cameras connected, you can do that. So, and if I click on, let me show you something. Let's say I'm displaying this cube. I have this cube here. So watch, I will say, if I come down here, I can say, now it's using the original background. As you can see, my source camera C920 is there. If I click on remove background, okay, so you can see connect Prism mobile and OBS virtual camera, and we are using this. So that's my camera there. So you can click here to see your camera property settings. Let me put this. See this? Okay, fail to load. Maybe it's because it's working already. So here we can set you see that the camera is actually set to 640 by 480, so we can take it down to 1920 by 1080. So we are using FPS. You see the FPS set there, and click OK. Yeah, so here you can remove background. You have your original background, you can remove background, and when you remove background, what do? You have the options here to change to any of these, to switch your background to any of these. Okay, if you want to, you have the option there. Beauty, you can see you have beauty effects there. You can enable these, and but I don't like to, I'm not using this, so let me bypass that. So you have Prism mobile link. You can link your mobile, okay, as many mobile phones as you want. At least you can link them there. Okay, say Wi-Fi, QR code. Okay, QR code, and then here. So yeah, you can connect as many devices as you want. Here you have color correction. So if I click on color correction, I can say, okay, let's take the contrast all the way up like this. See, that's too much. Bring it back. Something like this. Double click to reset that. Okay, so just, okay, that is fine. I'll do this. That's too much. So you can do a whole lot of color corrections here. Okay, let's reset that. You don't want to overdo some of these things, but of course you have the option there to color correct your camera. Then here you have color filters. See, this is not in OBS, so you can click on this. See that? So instead of doing color, custom color correction, you can just pick any of these, and you're good to go. See? Mind you, this is specifically for your camera and not for your scene. Okay, so, and you can do black and white if you want to. See that? So you have the, bunch of options there. Let's do the original. Yeah, so here you have settings. So the same settings, you can log out, delete account. You don't want to do that. Okay. Here, the output. So same thing, click here, or you come down here to access your settings. Likewise here. So yeah, you have virtually everything you need in this. Okay, but of course, with the more feature, if you're going to use this, I advise you to have a system, or at least that is has more RAMs to take care of some of these things. Okay, I mean, to handle this. Okay, because with more of these effects, more power, you need more power coming from the system. So let's click on that, and then here, let's say you're doing a training. Okay, you can click here. See this icon? You can click drawing mode, and you can say boom, boom. Okay. Okay, so here, once you click this icon, you have this, okay, pen, highlighter, and then you have glow pen, you have arrow, and you can select more from here. Okay, you see all of this. You have eraser, you have select thicker, you have these icons here. So you can, so for example, if I come down here now, you can't do anything on the program monitor. You can't draw on the program monitor, but when I come down here, say for example, here I can say maybe 2 plus 1 equal to 0. And I can push it down here. Can you see that? And then I can say erase, 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 and push it back. Okay, it's gone. So yeah, that's what this is used for. Okay, then you have stickers. Okay, Prism stickers. So when you click on that, it pops up this window where you can see all these stickers here. So I mean, look, I have a lot of stuff opened down on my system. So somehow, so you can see you have a bunch of, there are a bunch of filters here. You have, these are all of them. For example, you can say, okay, click on this, it's loading. And you can have this on another window, okay? So I can just drag this on another window. It's displaying on my other window, okay? So you can see, thank you. I'll resize this, put it here. Let me bring one more. Like I said, if you're going to add all of these, you need a system that has more power. I can drop this one here. Let me just drop it here. Okay, so if I push it here, you can see Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you have that option for this sticker. So let me, do that. And if I want, I can turn it off from here. So when I need it, I can actually come back and you see, the more you add, the more layers it adds. Okay. Then what is next? Here you have Giphy stickers. The same thing, you have it here. You see trending. You see, there are a bunch of them. For example, I can see this guy here. I mean, you're pulling this straight from the internet. So, another thing you need to put into consideration is have a very strong internet. Like maybe you're streaming, funny videos and all of that. So you can actually just bring this guy in and say, oh, like it's surprise. And then you can maybe let me bring in this one here. See? So, and drop it here. I mean, isn't this beautiful? So, I'm going to click here. And yeah, there you have it. Can you see how this works? You don't have this in OBS. So, this is a plus. Okay, like I said, they just took OBS and they just changed the UI, add some, fancy stuff, and yeah. Then the audio, here you have your audio playlist. You can have your playlist in here. So I can add my source. I can say my playlist. Leave it there, and then I can add my songs and add music from. You can add from Prism free music if you want to. You see, I mean, everything is in here for you. So let's see. So for example, you can add 60 seconds of this. Hear that? Here too, full, add. I mean, and these are free music. So you have hot, playful, action, beat drop, sensitivity as sentimental, retro, and yeah. So once you're done, you can see your playlist have been added, and as well you can add from your computer if you want to. Okay, so once you're done, so you say show music information on screen, play continuously when the scene is active. You can, if you want, you can check this and you're good to go. right? And here you have your playlist. You can see how this is working. Okay, it has added a playlist there. So once you're ready, just hit play and it starts playing. Okay. What next? Let's turn this off, and here connect a remote, like what I just showed you before. Oops. You know, here you have it. You know, I've shown you this before. And yeah, then down here you have a button for, you know, the output. Close that. You have, if you with the help button there, and then the settings. Here, if you want to go live, just hit you know, go live, and you're good to go and stop. So here, let me show you something. On here, this is using, with all that is going on here, is using 55% of my computer. Okay. In OBS, I'm recording the screen now using OBS, because there's nothing going on much in OBS. Is using 27% of my CPU. Okay. Now there's a trade-off. Okay. You have all of these effects, but you know, it just uses a little bit of more of your CPU. Why? In OBS, it's the same thing. If the more, you know, once you connect your account, you add and you start streaming your recording. I'm recording in, you know, in OBS as well. And then when there's a lot going on, to be frank with you, OBS, if OBS has all these things and a lot is going on the screen on the OBS, at least it can use up to 45, 47, 48% as compared to what is going on here, 55% of my CPU. So yeah, and then I have a bunch of softwares open down. At least by the time you know, I close all of that, Photoshop is open, a bunch of softwares are open down. By the time I close them, you discover that it's not actually using much of your CPU as, you know, it seems. So yeah, so that is why I personally, I am switching from OBS to to Prism Live Studio. OBS remained the OG here, okay, but where the world is moving on, and yeah, if I have a Toyota, which is fantastic, it consumes less fuel, it's faster, but then you have Tesla, which does not use fuel, it's faster, but then you know, you have to charge your battery and all of that. Then what? Why not? The world is moving on. So all we want is, you know, better software with ease of use and more features. Okay. I mean, people have been looking for all of these features in OBS. So what these guys, but there are plugins also to actually achieve things like this in OBS. If you want, you can install those plugins, which, if you ask me, they are not easy to deal with. So I would rather go with Prism that has them already and not bother myself going. And mind you, in OBS, by the time you add all of these plugins, you are having to, you know, have OBS consume more of your CPU power. Okay, so yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and that is why, personally, if you're not switching, you better do. I mean, I'm going to use the two of it, it depends on what I want to do. Okay. But I think from this moment, I've switched already to Prism Live Studio. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time in another video.